Hey guys, so this is the entrance to Brown Mountain, and you could go up Brown Mountain, go all the way to the top, which is past the saddle where it's the halfway point. It flattens out and has some benches, and you can go just to that point, loop around and do El Prieto Trail, and I'll show you where that exits. But it's about 1,000 feet, so in a short distance. It's only 2 and I think 2.4, something like that. And it's a place I've been riding for a couple decades now, and I really enjoy it. And I wanted to preface this video with where I ride so I could explain a little more in detail what motivated me to get this hold on. This part I have to gas it. Anyway, to motivate me to get this rigid single speed custom built. And you're thinking, why would anybody want to ride a single speed when gears are pretty cool? And why a rigid single speed when shocks are really cool too? So let me just get up here and show you where the El Prieto single track exits, and then where you go to the left here and climb to do the loop by going up Brown first. So here we are. There's the signage, and I will set my bike right there in front of this sign. So here it is, folks. El Prieto Canyon Trail, Lower Brown Mountain Road. So, not sure why they say Lower Brown Mountain Road that way, because this is Lower Brown Mountain Road over here, but it should be El Prieto that way. And then if you go all the way through, you will enter the Fern Truck Trail road that takes you down to Millard or back up to Brown to the Upper Brown Mountain Road that takes you to the top. So anyway, here's how I got it set up. Now, I was telling you guys that I switched out my cranks on my other single speed, my Escar Jaffe, and part of it is because I go through bottom brackets like water, and right now I just put a new one on. Well, I took a used one off. I had this White Industry, you could see where it is with the W right there. They're angular contact bearing bottom brackets. I don't know if that makes a big difference, so that's what I have on there now. But the propensity to have BB issues is because you don't have enough room for a 30 millimeter spindle that's on all your aftermarket cranks in comparison to a Shimano cranks that have a 24 millimeter spindle. So that extra room means better bottom brackets, in my opinion. So this one I've been continually, because I've had 30 millimeter spindle cranks forever, and when I first built this up, I built it with with part spin parts, which was a race face crankset I had. And then I ended up getting this Hope crankset, the Hope Evo. And I think that's the newer generation, when they had one generation before that. So I have the Hope front hub. Actually, the Hope hubs, the rear hub is really nice, and so is the front hub, but they're a little more narrow flanged, I've noticed, than my other brands of hubs. So right now I have the Hadley hub in back, and that's a Hadley single speed specific hub with less spacing there and wider flanges. And XTR brakes, and I don't have any modifications to the brakes. It just the XTR as they are. I don't really like the levers on the Shimano brakes. That's why I ended up switching levers on my other brakes, on my other Shimanos. But I just thought I would just keep this all XTR, since I'm not even sure if those levers work for this brake set. They seem like they would, but they said XT and SLX, so I put it on my XT. Anyway, just a rigid, a dropper post, not a dropper post, but old-fashioned way of dropping. It's very simple. I don't even have routing for a dropper post. I'd have to get that expensive ass SRAM Access remote one if I wanted to do a dropper on this. Hope stem, 50 millimeter. These are the SQ Labs bars that are kind of swept back. You're going to see as I ride up the trail how that looks. I've got the Chromac rims Phase 30, in which those are really strong rims. I really like them. And then I have the WTB in front. They're strong too, but kind of heavy. They're eyeletted, so the eyelets add weight. Anyway, so I'm going to get going. There's my MB fork. Seen that before. And I'll talk to you guys later.